Welcome to another episode of Sports and Whiskey. I'm your boy Big Herb.
I'm your boy, the Renaissance Jock, Big Rick Stroh.
And we had a new guest in today. This dude right here, not only is he family, he is the captain. He was the captain of the TC Williams football team.
That way.
I mean, this dude is amazing. He went from one side of the country to the another side of the country to become one of the best football stars that I know personally. He also
never do nothing, but it's cool though. It's all right. It's all right. I did a lot, but I did nothing at the same time. It was spectacular.
I'm telling you. Hey, listen. Me and you in the same boat, my guy. We in the same boat.
You did a lot and a little bit all at the same time. How I did that?
Did a whole lot of shit, but I ain't really do nothing in the grand scheme. It's
all good. Facts. This is my brother, Meech. Go and introduce yourself, homie.
Man, Meech, man. Also, Meech Million. If you like a little bit of music, you can check me out. Thank you for being here. I'm a sports fanatic. I'm here to give you that energy, man. I'm here.
So, starting off, Rick Stroh. In sports, what was good for you this week?
What was good for me this week? The Capitals are in the playoffs. They beat the shit out of the Boston Bruins last night. Always love that. My man Ovi out there setting the tone with a nice little open ice check, putting bitches in their place. The Wizards have clinched the playoff spot. Let's fucking go. Please, DC sports fans, don't let DC radio talk you out of it. Please give Russell Westbrook his respect. Yes. My man is a bona fide superstar, and he is one of the best point guards to ever play the game. Please don't let DC sports media talk you out of whatever it is they talk about. Danny Rouillet, I'm looking at you. I'm going to attack you every week. I promise you. But those are the two things that have been good for me. Oh, I'm sorry. And then the football team and minicamp. Bro, we got some ball players, y'all. I'm talking about ball players. You got to look at these young boys. Look at these young boys out there. I'm not trying to boast or nothing like that. I have access to coaches' tape. These young niggas can play. They can play. All of them. So that's what's been good for me in sports this week.
What about you, Meech?
Definitely, I would have to say these Olympic trials coming up. I love the Olympics, so I'm really getting excited. Most excited for Sha'Carri Richardson. I'm not sure if y'all know about Sha'Carri, but she's a U.S. sprinter on the female side. Sha'Carri Richardson is currently our top runner to medal in place, and she got to go against Shelly-Ann Price probably in 100 meters. I'm just looking forward to seeing them two go at it. I think it might be a generational race, so everyone tune into the Olympics this year.
So also let me give you a little heads up on another area person. Her name is Thea LaFawn. She's like my little sister. She's a coworker of mine. She's a long jumper for Dominica. She's also a University of Maryland legend. So that's somebody else that you should pay attention to in the Olympics as another area person to push.
Thank you. Yeah.
Also, so for me, it's not just the Wizards clinching, but it's the whole NBA playoffs. Like, we have the same thing that LeBron has been fearing this whole entire time, with him being he's been the reigning champion, and then all of a sudden, because he's out due to an injury, we got the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors possibly in the first play-in ever. So that's gonna be fun because
I need that.
I need to see this. This is what we wanted. LeBron didn't want it, but hey, the hell with it. We want entertainment. But yeah, so we're going into as we do every week. We go tap into prior history of sports that happened this week. And with that being said, on May 10th, 2016, we had Chef Curry become the first unanimous MVP in NBA history. Fellas, what's your thoughts on that, man?
Go ahead, Mitch, you got it. I'll let the guest go first.
Man, when you bring up Steph Curry, it's crazy because then you look at him now and it's like he's almost in that MVP form again. It's really crazy to look at, right? Because it's like that many years ago, he was a unanimous MVP, and now his team's, 10-9 somewhere in the West, and people are like, he might be the MVP still. So it's just crazy to me to just how he's been able to sustain this level of just excellence in the NBA is just mind-boggling for me.
He is the most terrifying player under 6'4" ever. He's I just I grew up in the NBA era of like Tim Duncan and David Robinson with the Twin Towers. It's just like you got to fear the guys over 6'9", whatever. And Steph is just he's unbelievable to me. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy the stuff that he does. Yeah. Like my man will like crossing half court used to be and taking that shot. That's unheard of. Mm-hmm. But he knocks it down consistently. You know what I mean? Like Steph is one of those players that you look at and you look at him. It's just like, yo, I'm literally sitting here watching greatness. Like people are terrified in the West of playing the HC because it's just like, oh man, I got to deal with Steph.
Scariest AC I've ever seen in my life, man.
Bro, have y'all seen the clips of people quadruple teaming him? It's like they cross the timeline and it's just like everybody get him. Just get him. Go after him.
And he's just sliding through, which is crazy. Yeah. Like, his dribbling might be better than his shooting or it's up there. Like, and that's what's really crazy. People don't even talk about his dribbling like that. But it's
hold on, he made a meme out of Chris Paul. Like literally, like
when he broke him down, that was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
The little fighting stance we see.
He caught something like that this year too. He caught something.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole entire thing. The fact that he's the unanimous. Like Jordan didn't get it, LeBron didn't get it.
That's crazy.
Wilt, who else? Kareem. Nobody. For one whole season, we just looked in awe. Like, dude, like, and the prime example for me, like his winning moment, and if you guys saw in the montage. It was when he came in the overtime against the Thunder, went up, said, you know what, I'm going to end this game right now. Mm-hmm. Tired of playing with y'all. Knockdown. And it was just like, nah, I'm just gonna crip walk it out and y'all just gonna this L. And I mean it was amazing. So I mean, but yeah, man.
Nothing like it, man.
I mean, it's just been Chef showed how amazing he is. And another amazing thing that happened this week, the NFL schedule. Like it was just like, y'all just tell me what y'all thought about that, man.
I'll go ahead and start.
Yes, sir.
First off, I forgot to do 17 games. I keep forgetting about that.
Every time, right?
Right. It's just like, I'm like, what the fuck are they coming up with these numbers from? But it's just 17 games. But it just... So I'm encouraged by the fact that a lot of these teams are getting better. By the way, let me give you a quick update because this has been rookie minicamp week. My man Justin Fields is making a hell of an impression up in Chicago. Ooh. So Andy Dalton, sit your red ass on the bench.
He's done. Yeah, he's done.
Because I'm just trying to tell you, my man JF is coming for that ass. Like a sports reporter out of Chicago was just like, well, Chicago demands an alpha male at quarterback, and they have one. They have one. So all of y'all people that was talking shit about Jay Fields, man, you about the Muhammad Ali, you about to eat them words. Yep. But the schedule just it looks like, yo, like I don't have the red zone package, but I'm about to order it. I'm about to order it for damn sure because
definitely got
it's gonna be some really good ass games.
Yes. And so Meech, what's your thoughts on it?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I really was looking at that schedule. I was kind of excited. My first time having season tickets this year, so I was thinking I was about to hit some games up. At the same time, my wife's pregnant, so I'm going to be selling a bunch of games. So that's cool, right? That's really cool. But what I saw that I was really excited about was kind of that bottom 4 weeks where it's a lot of division games like in a row. Like they're almost rapid fire. And it's a gift and a curse because you could be in a situation in your season where this could help you. You might need these wins, and they could be coming in at a perfect time, or we could be winning, and then we just have to make sure we can solidify our playoff run with these. So I just like the opportunity at the bottom end of the schedule for the Washington football team to be able to either close out strong or make a comeback if they had a rough start to the season.
Yeah. So, and I mean, just another thing just for me. So I actually took the time out to sit down and just look at this. The Chiefs. Realized that through November 15th to December 15th, they have 0 road games.
Wow.
They have a week 12 bye in between that.
Perfect.
The team that they play in the that you have the Cowboys, the Broncos, and the Raiders. So you got a chance to be 3-0 at home and not even have to touch the road at all. Another one, Dallas, I'm talking to y'all. So listen up. If y'all end up 9-8 or 8-9 because that extra game this year, you deserve to fire everyone who is on that staff. Mainly because the first 10 weeks you playing 9 games. 8 of them, other than the Buccaneers, the first week they are not. They haven't even made the playoffs last year. They didn't even come close. So you don't come out. You should be coming out really real.
6-1, right?
You should be not. No, you should be 8-1.
Bro, listen. I'm sorry. As bad as that motherfucking defense was, I don't listen. I'm never going to give them any types of props. Ever. Don't care. I don't care if they won the Super Bowl the year before. I'm never gonna give the Dallas. I'm not even gonna say that name because you're just the Dallas guys. That's all you are. You're not Cowboys. You're just guys. Never gonna give them any respect. I don't think even with them hiring Dan Quinn to be the defensive coordinator. Yeah, you were cool out in Seattle, but that's because you were smoking weed out in Seattle.
And you had some dogs with you, some top level dogs.
Listen. I'm an offensive guy. I could have defensive coordinated the league.
For sure. Be where they was don't do you guys. Like literally just move out the way and say, don't do you.
Richard Sherman, Brandon Bronner, just do your thing. Cam, if they get over here, knock them the fuck out.
Earl Thomas, stay all the way back. Just go all the way back.
Earl Thomas, do everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Bobby Wagner, you got the whole front seven. It was like I could have coached that.
Right.
It's like it was
right. Exactly. So you know what I mean. Let me see what Dan Quinn does with Kyle Vander Esch, who literally is the new Sean Lee, who just retired, and Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith, I didn't forget, nigga. Your nerves died in your foot. Your nerves were dead. Like you don't recover from that. So yeah, you may have fleeced Jerry Jones into getting a new contract, but he was still.
But Rick, to your point, hold up, I got you. To your point, we got Reuben Foster. He been sitting there for a long time with that nerve damage. That nerve damage, 2, 3, 4 years before you can even start running again. So you got a point there. And number 2, they just paid Dak a grip. Like he's the highest paid quarterback. If they don't win the division, to me, it's an absolute flop. And I don't think they will. Just personally, as a Washington fan, the defense we got, I don't see it happening. But it's a flop if they don't do it, right? Like a flop.
The Broncos fucked them. They needed Patrick Surtain. They didn't get him. They needed a corner. They didn't get him.
I'm not worried about Michael.
Their secondary is boo-boo kitty fuck. Like they got nothing.
You're right. Byron Jones was saving that DB group for a long time. He's gone now.
And they let him go to Miami. Dog, I'm trying to tell y'all, this wide receiving core that we got coming for y'all, you have no chance. We're gonna beat. I promise y'all. I'm telling you right here, right now. We're gonna beat the Cowboys the first game, 42-15. I promise you. We're going to beat that ass because listen to me right now. This defensive line is hungry, and now we got Shaka Tony in the seventh round.
Seven.
We got him in the 7th round. One of the most productive pass rushers in Penn State history. We got him in the 7th round.
That's crazy.
Y'all think y'all just gonna come over here and eat?
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Middle backer is the only issue I have for our team. Middle backer, man. I can't have John Bostic out there. I just can't.
Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you like this.
Jamin Davis.
I was about to say. I was telling Herb earlier. I've been looking at Jamin Davis.
He going outside though.
Listen.
Del Rio said.
So he will go outside, but here's the thing: we're going to run mostly a nickel. We're going to run a nickel with the 4-man front.
That's
true.
So
it's going to be Cole. It's going to be Cole Holcomb and Jamin Davis on the field mostly.
Most of the time, and then with an extra safety or extra cornerback, depending on if it's a run or a pass situation. You 1,000%, right, bro.
And that's going to be a problem for everybody.
That's gonna be an issue because you still got that 4-man front. That's gonna be a motherfucking issue. That's true.
What makes me even hype with the schedule
That's true.
is the fact that the last 5 weeks they gave Washington, I think it was Dallas, Philly, Philly,
Eagle, yep.
And what's the name? New York coming home.
Yep.
So, I mean, no, I'm sorry, going to New York in the last game of the season.
Yeah, the home one's early.
Five, division games going out. I love how they set it up. Just the Thursday night game matchups that they got coming up, I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
One thing I do have to say, I love how you guys are going back and forth as far as like how we turn this thing out. So let me throw a little monkey wrench into this. This week, Tim Tebow was just signed.
Tebow.
And so he signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and head coach Urban Meyer. We all know that they're a tandem. They just can't go. You can't say Florida without saying Tebow and Urban Meyer and how great they were and everything. You know what? Rick, start this off.
Nope, I'm going last. Meech, you go ahead give your perspective. I'm gonna go last.
I have an interesting perspective. Let me start off by saying Urban Meyer, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Urban Meyer. I've liked his college career. You know, he started in the league, came back. Like he's a guy who I think he's gone back and forth and he can really do some damage in the league this year, right? But that Jaguars team is no good. We can all agree on that, right? Like he inherited a pretty trash squad. All right. If that's the case, what's more compelling? Like, what's a better idea than hiring Tim Tebow as a complete news buffer as you go 2-16, 2-15? Like, let's not talk about every loss we're having this week. Let's talk about Tim Tebow and this gadget plays we're running, right? I just think it's a great idea to just help your quarterback not have to deal with throwing 3 picks in a game just because you have no receivers. You can throw Tebow out there and have him throw a couple of picks, and now it's not even Trevor's fault. Tebow gadget plays didn't work. So Tebow's not coming in to be TE1 or 2. Special teams gadget player, I think, is the most we'll see on field for Tebow, but I think his biggest impact will be off the field, man. I think he can really buffer the Jaguars' losing season this year.
I'm just gonna say this: the Tebow Mania, I really am, because you got a guy who, and this week, in the words of the homie Rick Stroh, I got notes on this list this week. First of all, sir, you're not qualified to play this position. You never played tight end ever in your whole entire career, not even in high school, not college, not anywhere. You're not qualified. You've been out of the NFL for 7 years. Dude, you're done.
Baseball. He's playing baseball.
Bow out gracefully. You're getting that ESPN money, dude. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Qualifications should dictate hiring. I mean, last time I checked,
that's fair.
Do that with the Rooney Rule. It's gone to complete shit in my opinion over the years, because I mean, there's no way in hell that Eric Bieniemy he just coached Patrick Mahomes his whole entire career. He's been an MVP. He's been a Super Bowl MVP. He's been in the last 2 Super Bowls. Not even looked at. I have a problem with that. Stop hiring off of who you know and start and how they can interview and go off of production. I have a problem with this shit. I'm sorry. He is just like, dude, like he's walking in like, okay, you want to put him in gadget plays, but you know that this dude can, he's 33 years old. There's people out there who can run a gadget play for you. What do you need Tim for? Other than like, oh yeah, because I didn't get laid, so I'm going to praise the Lord. Hey, look, praise the Lord all you want. I'm done with him. He's just like he's polarizing. He's gonna take all the attention, like Meech just said, he's gonna take away all the attention away from every single thing that you're doing with this franchise.
Won't be much first year.
I'm done with it. I'm like, dude, just go somewhere. Stay on college. I mean, I'm done with him.
So, if anybody watched Get Up on Friday, Bart Scott had some candid comments on Tim Tebow. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm about to give you those thoughts that Bart Scott gave you. Just I don't got ESPN Lloyd Note on my shoulder, so I can say whatever. This is the travesty to end all travesties. You got Bill Polian when Lamar Jackson was coming out saying, I wouldn't even look at him as a quarterback. I would make him try a wide receiver. Then you got this fucking lunk of... Listen, Tim Tebow wasn't even a fucking quarterback at Florida. He was a running back. Anybody who has played the game at any level, at a high level, you look at it just like, that nigga's not a quarterback. He's a fucking running back, right? And then This motherfucker comes out, pulls a couple passes out of his ass, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's a good player." And the Jets showed you when they traded for him, they put his ass on punt team, how good he actually is at the position. I have a problem with this. I have a problem with this because this is more of that white privilege shit of, oh, well, you may not be qualified for the position, but I like you, so we're going to go ahead and get you in here. If I'm one of the people that's in there in the Jaguars facility as a tight end, and I see that bitch walking through the door, I have a problem. I'm going to Coach Meyer and saying, listen, my nigga, you can cut me or fucking trade me. Because what I'm not going to do is play second fiddle to this bum-ass nigga. Yeah. Like, he's trash. You are a trash football player. That is what you are. These white people like to boast you up because you won the Heisman a couple times. You fucking suck. You fucking suck. Urban Meyer is bringing you in to give you a job because you, Reggie Nelson, and Aaron Hernandez was putting hits for him down there in Gainesville in the early 2000s. I said it. You motherfuckers know it's the truth, but I'm the one that's going to say it for you. This is bullshit. Meanwhile, you trying to tell me that there's 32 other people that are better than Colin Kaepernick at playing quarterback, but this motherfucker gets another job? Get the fuck out of here. Y'all are on some bullshit. Also, NFL, hold on, Meech, I got you to get back to your shit. But also, NFL, y'all admitted you colluded against Colin Kaepernick by paying him $80 million to make the shit go away. And white people with their selective hearing like to say, oh, well, they offered him jobs. They offered him got no jobs. Fucking the Denver Broncos offered him fucking $500,000 to come in and try and compete, which we know wasn't going to be a competition for their fucking backup quarterback job. Cut the shit, man. There is no reason why Tim Tebow should be back in the NFL. This is bullshit. This is bullshit to the highest level, and I'm fucking tired of it, bro. Like, I love football. I love football with everything that's in me. I wouldn't be the man that I am without football.
Amen.
But it's the shit like this that just gets under my skin, bro. Like, there's no reason. Has anybody seen Tim Tebow try and do something athletic? The Jets actually had a package where they put him out in a route. It's the worst route I've ever seen. Listen, I'm a left tackle by trade. I run better routes than this non-athletic bitch. Like, that shit is crazy to me that he has a job, but I understand why he has a job because Urban Meyer loves him. He gives Urban Meyer reach rounds and shit. So, you know.
He's not hired yet. All right, that's number one. He has a job, but he hasn't made the roster, the full active roster. So he might not even make the roster. That's number one. Number two, I think you're right. He can't run routes, and he probably can't catch that well. And there are probably like 60 HBCU tight ends who could have got a shot that probably could have done, substantially better. They play tight end. They're tight ends. So I agree on all those levels, right? But your tight end number 3, right? How impactful is he really to the team? Okay, and I'm saying if you can get a guy who can buffer, he's the news guy. He's doing the press conferences. How many tight end 3s can do press conferences and you don't have to worry about, he can field questions. I view it as a non-football move, which is an issue. That's number one because you should be making football moves. But I view it as a non-football move that basically can give Urban Meyer a buffer year. It gives him a year where everyone's not talking about him and his team. They're talking about the gimmicks they're doing. So I just view it as that. I don't think anyone thinks Tebow is really going to come in there and be effective. I just think he's a guy who can come in and he'll play a role.
I'm looking at it like this. If you want to go ahead and get a team priest, go ahead and just hire one. I mean, what is he gonna do? He can't block defensive men. He can't block the horn. He can't outrun linebackers in this game. He's gonna play at halftime though. I'm pretty sure coming out of the combine, I didn't even do the research. I'm pretty sure him coming out the combine, he ran like a 4.6 or 4.7 or whatever.
Ooh, that's not slow.
It was a 5. He ran a 4.5.
That's even more of a reason.
4.5 is good speed.
Me that we got Jamin Davis who runs a 4.37. I'm not even trying to compare my team to him. Dude, you have linebackers who can run a 4.3.
Linebacker 1.
LB1,
but he's TE3.
And you're telling me that he's gonna come over there and outrun these and outblock them?
Maybe the third linebacker. I don't know. Third linebacker on that team.
Hold on. It's the emphasis on tight end 3 for me.
It's important that because that's my point. It's important we know. I'm saying I don't think Tebow's going to come and be effective for the Jags. That's not my point. I do think though he may be influential. He may be effective by doing his job, which could be praying and answering news questions.
I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I really kind of want to go to Jacksonville training. Yo, that might be our first sports and whiskey like remote trip. We just go down to Jacksonville. Just like,
carnival,
right? Fucking Tebow out there. It's like, oh, you ain't even catch a pass all practice. Like meanwhile, we got Samus Reyes up here who's out here like bossing people and
yes,
shit.
He is. He looked good in some clips I've seen for basketball players. The hands, he got extended one. I saw.
Listen, real quick. I'm just going to drop in another jewel real quick. Yeah. Logan Thomas got some shit on his ass because between Reyes and John Bates, them motherfucking young boys can play.
I'm saying.
Like, they can play for real.
I'm seeing some two tight end sets coming out, and that's gonna be an issue, man.
Bates coaching staff came out and said that we didn't use him right. So what?
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, the Boise State coaches, like I think Todd McShay went and talked to him. It was just like, yeah, he's gonna be great. We didn't utilize him the right way. They were like, we should have been running our offense through him. And I'm like, yo, so we got him in what was the fourth or the fifth?
Fourth or fifth, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then we just pick up this basketball player who is built like a football.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
Like, I need for people to understand his measurables. He is 6'6", 265, and ran a 4.6.
He's a basketball player. Light on his feet.
Right. That's not normal. That is not normal. I need y'all to understand that. And he has a 41-inch vertical. You know how Washington football team fans love the fade in the red zone? We got a weapon to do it now, guys.
Fade in the red zone.
Like we got a weapon to do it now, guys. And just listen. I'm getting off the Tebow shit.
But it is bad when you have a former basketball player and you have better things to say about a former football player switching to tight end. So that is a bad sign. It's a pretty bad sign.
Proof in the pudding. But I mean, as far as like running routes and everything, I mean, let's keep it running. DK Metcalf.
Ooh.
And what did he run? He ran.
I got to know. 10.36.
10.36, yeah.
10.36 and 100. Listen, so real quick, just a shameless plug. I am the offensive line coach at Archbishop Carroll. We have a kid who runs the 100 in 11 seconds flat. DK ran it in 10.36. That's nonsense. Like a lot of people.
A non-track guy.
Right, he came in ninth. Well, you guys are also missing the fact that he outweighed the rest of these sprinters by 40 pounds.
Minimum, starting, right?
Right, by 40 pounds. And honestly, if it was a 50-yard sprint, he's number one.
It's over.
Right? Like,
he came out the gate, boy.
Like, he gassed him right off the jump. So, I mean, if he committed himself to track, DK would be an Olympic gold medalist.
And not to mention, he only trained for 2 months. 2 months.
It's crazy.
2 months, and he was already like the top one in the 50 in just 50 meters. So just imagine what's gonna happen if he actually took the time out. And he was not coordinated at all. Just a little history. My dad.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He's been a track coach for years. He actually won state in high school.
Shout out Big Herb. I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big Herb came and Herb Senior came and was on the track team, and he was amazing at it. And he was telling me, like, we had to talk this week. He was like, dude, if this dude really wanted to, and I mean, if he wanted to dedicate it, he'd be great at it. Because I mean, the fact of the matter that he's, like you said, Rick, he's 40 pounds overweight. He's
minimum.
He's 6'4", 40 pounds overweight. So I mean, and he's just training himself to go ahead and take on DBs and safeties and linebackers. Let's just actually say, like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna train myself for the Olympic to try to get some Olympic gold.
So I'm just gonna say this, and I think you both will agree with me. I'm just gonna put it out there. Football players are the best athletes. Sorry.
Hands down,
sorry for hurting your feelings, but football players are the best athletes. Like, it just shows all the time.
Did you guys hear what my bad, but did you hear what you heard the Olympic trial said about how they were basically like, we have a new race coming up, NFL send some more of your best, and they probably come in ninth place again. Like, basically, like, kind of like saying, hey, DK, good job, but this ain't you. We are lead over here. And I was watching, I think it was Undisputed. I think Shannon was like, imagine I want some of those track players to come play football and see what happens. Just a couple. The best you got to bring them over and let's see what happens. They're gonna get folded. It's gonna be bad.
Listen.
3-3 in the combine, and it's all like 10th all time.
Bro, but let's examine this a little bit deeper, because this is actually a little bit deeper than we actually thought about as far as this category. Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson could switch over to baseball right now and be the best shortstop and third baseman in the league.
They're MLB. Right, they're in the MLB, though. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
No AAA. They're going to the MLB.
No, they're going straight to the show right off the bat.
Yeah.
We got it's NFL players that can go to the NBA and become all-stars right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Like people like to disperse the NFL because of the physicality and all of that other stuff. Listen, I'm gonna keep saying it, and this is truly what I believe. We are the best athletes. Listen, I need for people to understand something. I was a 275-pound lineman in high school.
Wow.
But I was the first alternate for the 4x400.
Wow.
Think about that. Like that. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy, right? I'm 275 pounds, but I got one of the better times in the 4x400. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The football has the best athletes. I need y'all to understand this. I need people to
the time I figured that out was Trent Williams. I think when I first saw him run a 40 or watched his film when we drafted him, I just never seen anyone 320, 330 like the agility, you know what I mean? The speed, the burst, like it was crazy to look at.
So there's a video. If you go out and look on it on YouTube, there's a video of him and Adrian Peterson doing the 3-cone drill, and Trent is keeping pace with Adrian Peterson.
Exactly.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense.
It's not fair.
But yeah, exactly. And like that's the level of athlete that you're dealing with in the NFL. Correct. And I need people to start to appreciate that shit. This nigga DK is 6'4", 230, and ran the 100 in a 10.36.
And didn't place last in the group. Like, there are people who ran slower than him who this is their full-time job. This is all they're doing. They're training year-round for this and ran slower than him.
This dude
DK is just like,
he looked at them like, look, I ain't even put in I only put in 2 months, and I'm sitting here like looking at y'all up into the 50. Y'all need to get your shit together, because if I actually put my shit together, it's done. Y'all,
if he had some form, it was done. Because he was, I honestly thought he was finna win, man. Like when it took off, he didn't have any dry phase. He just went straight into the sprint. But it was
But Herb, if you talk to your dad, because I talked to a track coach about it. Like, his start was bad. Like, he had a bad start.
No dry phase.
And that's exactly what it was like. Yeah. The fact that he doesn't know what he's doing yet, and he still was like the first person who won, what's his name, Cravon Gillespie, he got it in, good for him. But the fact that he was still there at 50, you gotta give him props. Like, dude, I don't do this for a living. You do this for a living, and I'm coming in bringing light to the NFL. Is NFL star bringing light to track.
Facts.
And it's not even what's the name, Olympic trials yet. So I mean, like, come on.
And a guy who's there in the first 50 and then takes away, that's a sign of someone who just doesn't have form. Like, he's just not a trained sprinter. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, if you're that means you have the speed to be there, but you just don't have the technique yet. So I think that's kind of the takeaway I took, is that, man, he has the speed, just not the technique.
Okay, so speaking of football, and moving on to the next one, Dark Side of Football. If you guys have not been watching the Dark Side of the Ring on the Vice Network, you're missing out on a treat, because they just had a spinoff show called The Dark Side of Football. This first episode, and we're going to talk about it weekly on the show. The first episode was Chad Johnson, and it was the birth of the diva receiver. I gotta ask thoughts.
So, so if you ask anybody that knows me, I am an original Chad Johnson fan. Like, again, I've alluded to it. I'm a coach. Like, I study the game. I'm a student of the game. And from the get-go, I was a Chad Johnson guy because he, even to this day, he has some of the most unbelievable footwork that I've seen at a receiver position ever. Like, he could get off of any jam. He could get off, like, he just got open because he had just amazing feet. The way things ended in Miami, I'll never forgive Joe Philbin. That's why Joe Philbin ain't there a job since. Bitch. It's just it ended the wrong way, but I like this episode. I really like the dark side of football. It brings to light the things that people don't know, but then again, also some people just are gonna pick and choose what they sympathize with, what they empathize with, whatever.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed this episode. It gave a lot of credence to what it is that these guys go through and things that, you know what I mean, and their motivations for it. So I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah. What you thought, Meech?
I'm definitely gonna have to continue rewatching. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I watched it last night with the wife, and then I absolutely passed out. It was ridiculous. What I first saw though, I've seen The Dark Side of the Ring, so I did not know that this was a spinoff from the Vice show. And I'm kind of upset because I would have been tuned in if I knew. Like, I just didn't even know. But from what I saw, I'm not gonna lie. It looks like a watch. Like, it reminds me almost like a documentary type, like ESPN 30 vs 30s type vibe to it. And if that's the case, I feel like everyone got to tune in, whether you're a football fan or not. I think the things you might gain from this is going to just be insightful. You can take it to multiple different avenues. So I'm excited to watch. Yeah.
So real quick, just based off of it, I'm just gonna say this. Just tell me if I'm wrong. You look like a linebacker.
Yeah.
There's a bit.
Yeah.
I did this. There's a Bill Romanowski episode coming.
Yeah.
So
her was telling me,
yeah. So I'm just like, you might want to catch.
I got what I'm saying. So her was telling me, I was talking to him yesterday. I was like, oh, I've never seen it. He's like, yeah, it's Bill Romanowski. I'm like, I thought it was a wide receiver thing. He's like, no. It's like it's a football thing. I'm like, oh man, okay, I definitely got to see that. Yeah.
I saw a clip of Bill Romanowski talking. I was just like, wait. Oh yeah, I'm all in for
Gotta
this.
see that.
I'm all in for this one.
I think he's a piece of shit, but I mean, I'm definitely tuning in because because I've already seen majority of what Chad Johnson brings to the table over the years. Number one, he's one of my favorite shit talkers in the game,
hands down.
I mean, the fact that he brought up in the middle of this thing, the NFL fined him so many times for all these celebrations, and yet you look at it now. They actually have a celebration camera in there, and he's sitting there like, "Yo, y'all need to pay me back all the fine money that I got because I'm making money."
Dude,
that's true.
Give me all my fine money back.
All of it.
Like all of it. I mean,
it's shaped the NFL we have now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it is the NFL we have now. He helped create it and then took backlash for it. That's just crazy.
It's ridiculous to me that, and it's just like y'all came over there and gave me shit. Y'all gave Terrell Owens shit. Y'all gave every single receiver shit for celebrating once we get in the end zone. And once y'all actually got a chance to say, hey, some people actually like this. Oh, well, guess what? We're going to put a camera in the end zone.
Yep.
Go ahead and do the electric slide. Do the
bring all your teammates. Bring everybody.
Right. Like, dude, it's the funniest shit in the world to me. Every time the defense gets a pick, the whole fucking defense.
That was a flag all the time. You couldn't do anything like that.
Right, but now it's like, hey, everybody, the whole defense just get out there and get on.
I'm waiting for a flag. I'm looking at them like fucking idiots, man. They're gonna throw a flag. They never throw a flag anymore. I'm like, okay.
They ain't throwing shit because the NFL is just like, hey guys, celebrate now. If I was one of those dudes from the 90s and 2000s that was getting my fucking paycheck stopped, like, yo, give me my money back. Like, y'all niggas owe me.
Like, dude, Chad was even talking about as far as like he played when they played in Chicago. He literally looked on the screen and said, "Oh, they doing the river dance here next week.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go. I got my touchdown celebration. Oh, I was dating the actual RN at one point. You know what? I'm gonna resuscitate this." and just go ahead and get
a fool.
It's genius. And the fact that they making money off of him now, I don't blame him for saying like, yo, y'all need to run me my money.
I think they should. I think that's real. I think he has a real case. Because, like, I mean, if you commit a crime and then the crime's no longer a crime, they'll let you out. Although they can't fix the years you've been locked up, but they still let you out.
Hold on, they let you out, but they pay you restitution.
They do pay you.
So,
correct.
So the NFL owes Chad some restitution.
That's just
you know what I mean? Like Roger Goodell making $45 million a year, which is just fucking nonsense. But so he can just slide he can go ahead and slide Chad a check for $2 million or whatever. So I mean, it's funny. It's funny, but it's also you got to look deeper into it with the hypocrisy of the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like it's just
pushed him out the league. It pushed the guy who still could play.
Dude, listen, and anybody who's watched Love and Hip Hop and you've seen Evelyn Lozado, you want to headbutt that bitch too.
1,000%.
Like she's fucking annoying, and Stevie J don't even like her. I'm not promoting violence against women, but I'm just saying that bitch is annoying. So anyway, let's move on because
mistakes were made.
Moving on. Listen, hey, Herb, I got you. I got the list right here. I'm gonna move on. So anyway, my boy J.Cole came out with just another goated album, and also he made his first pro basketball appearance in the Rwanda Basketball League for the team is named the Patriots. I don't know the name of the country, but they're called the Patriots.
Rwanda Patriots. BBC.
The Rwanda Patriots. Right, that's weird.
Can't make it up.
I hear Rwanda Patriots and all I think about is Beast of No Nation. You seen that movie on Netflix? That's fucking crazy. But yeah, so J. Cole is out here balling in the professional African League. So how do y'all feel about that?
I'll take this one first. Herb, I got you.
Go
I'm mostly excited. I'm mostly excited only because I don't even care if he plays 6 minutes, bro. He's just goated. Like the stuff he does in the rap game, it just, to me, it helps keep the rap game, like what it was and what it can be, alive. Because without J. Cole, even the glimpses he comes in, the gimmicks, whatever he's doing is realer than almost everything they're doing in the rap game. They're lying, they're talking about shooting each other, all that stuff. All that's whack. I'd much rather go watch someone try to make their dreams come true in Africa. It's just literally fun to watch. You know what I mean? I just think he's that guy, personally.
Me personally, I mean, I'm for it. If you can ball, go ahead. I mean, we done seen Master P go ahead and play in Toronto, and who was the other team? The Hornets. So I mean,
he wasn't Charlotte.
I'm for it. I mean,
he was in Charlotte and Toronto.
Yeah. So I mean, if he can do it, then why not? And I mean,
so you guys think Cole can make it to the league? I'm just asking. Okay. I'm just trying to see where you guys' heads are. Okay.
I'm not sure if he can make it to the league because he was a standout in high school. He was a walk-on at St. John's, and then he eventually got this role to play for the basketball African League. So I mean, I'm for it. I mean, dude, if you can get it, chase after your dreams and get what you want. I mean,
he's getting prepared and trained by NBA players.
Yeah, and I mean. You had plenty of all-star talent coming out of Africa. Look at Joel Embiid. He's an all-star talent. You look at Bo. I mean, sure, his dad pretty much raised him on him, but he got roots that played in the NBA and he's from Africa. So I mean, hey, why not? I mean, shit. I mean, it's not far-fetched that anybody could ball. My thing is this: it's not the NBA, so let's not get all up in arms about like, oh, he can't play in the league. He ain't gonna go up against. Nobody's going up against LeBron. Nobody's going up against anybody after Westbrook or Curry or anything like that. He's playing in the African League, and if I'm not mistaken, it was only for like 10 days or something like that.
I think it's only a couple of games or so. So this leads into my next question for you guys, because this was what popped in my head immediately when I saw Rwanda Patriots, J. Cole. I'm thinking, where is the American football African League? Because I just, in my mind, imagine linebackers, running backs, cornerbacks, defensive backs. I think we can get some form of physicality come out of Africa. These guys get some scholarships, Northwestern, some high-level players come out of Africa I can see coming in football. Basketball, I get it, they're tall. But football just seems more natural. They could just fit in.
So I'm gonna get on my political shit real quick. America ain't doing nothing for Africa.
They don't want to see that happen, huh? Take over.
They ain't doing shit for Africa.
Don't take over, man.
It just is what it is. Like the UFC got 3 African champions right now, and I'm pretty sure Dana White is sitting there in his MAGA underwear, fucking losing his mind about that shit.
Exactly.
It's just like
I'm like 2 or 3 from Nigeria too, right? All 2 or 3 from Nigeria.
Two from Nigeria, 1 from Cameroon, and Dana White is just sitting there going, God, we can't have these blacks doing too much. This is just uncomfortable for me. They're gonna steal my stuff. So you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, listen, like the funny thing about it is when I got into MMA training years ago, with the guy who was he introduced me to it all. He was just like, they really don't want to see us get into this because everything that we get into, we take over because athletically we're just a more dominant fucking ethnicity. And I mean, that's the case. Like the NFL is never going to do anything with Africa for real. They'll have 1 or 2. But it's just like we can't have too many because then our whole league.
It'll be just all black people. It'll be you'll have no one else left.
They'll go ahead and say we're gonna go ahead and try to raise money for this donations or whatever, and that's it. Not do anything else. They're not gonna go ahead and actually
nothing concrete, nothing real, nothing
serious, nothing serious at all.
I think you guys are right.
Mm-hmm. Like, come on, man. At some point, man, it's just like whatever, man.
I think you guys are right.
I have to ask you guys because yesterday was the Basketball Hall of Fame, fellas.
Was it?
Yeah, you had Bean go in, you had Timmy go in, you had KG go in. I mean, it's wow. Like, I mean, people we watched growing up, like actually watched growing up, are in the hall. They're immortalized now.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead right off the bat and just give a shout out to Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan is one of the greatest players of all time. He doesn't get spoken about because his game was just so basic, but like it's Timmy D. Like he's one of the most intelligent, the greatest power forward of all time. Like it was well deserved. It was long overdue, and I just need for people to continue to give Tim like his respect, like. Because even when he got drafted to the Spurs and everybody's like, oh, it was the Twin Towers with him and David Robinson, Tim was doing most of the heavy lifting. You know what I mean? Like Tim was the one out there doing all of this shit while David Robinson was just catching rebounds. You know what I mean? And I'm incredibly happy for Tim. I'm happy for KG. Like dude. I need for y'all young kids to go back and watch footage of KG in Minnesota. Like my man was tough. My man was a 7-footer that could do everything. Like, look, dude, people forget. At one point, KG was bringing the ball up in Minnesota because his shooting guard was Wally Serviak. You know what I'm saying? Like,
who could only shoot?
Nuts. Right, that's nuts. He was a 7-footer bringing the ball up, Joe. Like I know people like it was just KG and Paul Pierce still and Ray Allen in Boston. No, KG put the Timberwolves on the map. They call him the big ticket for a reason.
They're making the playoffs.
He could do everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
right. Yes. Look, here's the thing. Like we're all in our mid-30s here, right?
Oh,
but because
he's a young buck.
26, 27, I think. I forgot.
Whatever, fuck it. But even still, but you remember, like, the Minnesota Timberwolves would make the playoffs. You knew they was going to get eliminated because all they had was KG.
Yep.
Like, that's all they had.
But when they actually got Spreewell and they got
Spreewell,
they started taking off.
In the head, remember the head, Sam Cassell? Boy, that head got in the game. It was a wrap.
Oh, man.
And I mean, I remember one of the times he was like, look, I've been an all-star for years. Y'all just now catching on. And I mean, so... but I mean, I thought I saw the presentation of all 3 of them yesterday. I thought Kobe's wife Vanessa did a great job honoring him. I thought Tim was. It was like, damn, like I'm from the Virgin Islands and I made it all the way here, Hall of Fame. And I mean, KG, I mean, one of the hands down in my opinion, next to Reggie Miller, he's one of the greatest shit talkers to ever play the game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But just breaking news as of like probably about an hour ago, they just announced the the 2021 Hall of Fame class, you got Paul Pierce, Chris Bosh, Chris Webber, and Ben Wallace. So,
Ben Wallace is in there.
Yeah. Can't score a point, but he can defend his ass off. So, yeah.
I didn't know as well that got inducted was Tamika Catchings and Kim Mulkey on the women's game. And Kim Mulkey, she's been doing her thing coaching for a long time now. So I just think it's really cool to see them two also getting in as well. Tamika Catchings, I remember being a young buck and kind of like she introduced me to WNBA. Like she's one of the first women I saw like getting. I didn't even know until
I remember when the Mystics drafted her, and I was just like, man, I got to see if I can holler at shoulder.
That's what I'm saying. She had eyes on WNBA. No matter what you was looking at, you was looking there. All of a sudden, you started looking.
Listen, speaking of WNBA players that I want to holler at, Elizabeth Cambage out there in Vegas.
Elizabeth Cambridge.
Listen,
Cambridge. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I may be only 6'4", 6'5", and you 6'8", but I'm just saying. I mean, I like the climb trees. I like the climb trees, baby. So I let you, boy.
I like you and I want you. I ain't gonna say the rest, but
shut the fuck up, Herb.
Hey, for real though, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to this current past college tournament, but the girls' game, not only are they playing better, but they're put on the show. They're out there like they're looking good too. It's really they out there. Like it's really something to watch now. Like for whatever you don't like sports, you like women, you can watch. So either way,
listen. The funny thing about it is they're moving away from the Brittany Grinders and they're moving more
to the Skylar Diggins. There's a couple of them. I'm telling you, boy.
Listen. I mean, I know you like the ball. I don't know you like the ball, shorty, but you want to go to the steakhouse? Like, we go to the steakhouse.
So moving forward, because we want to stick on top of it.
I'm just saying, boy, the game is changing.
I mean, yeah, we are just saying. But we want to send a congratulations to the homie, Russell Westbrook.
Hey.
The fact that this dude just broke a 40-year record.
Hold on, Herb. One of the records that people believed would be broken in sports.
Never.
They thought nobody would touch Oscar Robinson's record. And my man, Russell Westbrook, just like, yo, the Brody, you're in here now. Brody's here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, too, guys. I actually watched the Wizards recently, right? The game after he broke that record, their play style switched up. I'm not sure if you guys noticed or not, but Alex Len started grabbing more boards. Russell's not even trying to grab them anymore.
So the funny thing about it is the Wizards got better when everybody started to approach Russell's level of play. They started. It's just like, oh, we need to catch up to him. The Wizards got better.
That's the truth. It's the truth. Even if folks don't want to give him credit for it, even if you're saying, oh, he's not making anyone better, regardless, his level of play, if you're around him, either you got to get up there and match or you're going to get left behind. And who's trying to get left behind? Like, you don't want to be the guy where you're the visible weak link. You know what I mean? So even if you don't like him or if he's not making people better, him bringing his play up,
it's the energy. It's the energy in that alpha that he stepped on and just like from day one. I'm coming here. We're going to go ahead like this and we're doing it like this.
Yep.
Energy every single play. And I mean, he's been doing this throughout his whole entire career. Do I think he's the greatest point guard of all time? No, but that doesn't mean that he's one of the greatest to ever play. Most athletic point guard ever, hands down.
Of all time, yes.
Somebody to come over there and say somebody is otherwise.
Like explosiveness, yes.
Despite what Danny Rouillet says every day on 106.7, Russell Westbrook is one of the greatest. He's one of the top 50 players of all time.
Of all time.
Like
you don't just people like for nothing. It's hard as hell to get a triple double.
And at this point he's got 182 of them.
And he did it 2 years.
LeBron has 99, just so everyone knows.
Oscar Robertson did it.
6'8" guy.
Oscar Robertson did this in 14 years. He did it in 12. Who's to say that this motherfucker ain't gonna get 215 by the time his
Listen, I'm gonna say it right now. He's gonna get 200. He's going to put this record out of reach for
no one's ever gonna touch it. Yeah.
like he really like we so there's something called the recency effect where people like to put the old shit above like what's going on right now.
Correct. Yeah.
You have to acknowledge and respect what is going on for right now. Russell Westbrook is one of the most amazing NBA players of all time.
So you guys point to Oscar Robertson was 6'8", 6'7" doing this. Damn near LeBron height. This man is a 6'3" and some change footing man. Like snagging boards. I have seen some play styles where it's like everyone goes up court and now he's rebounding kind of like those easy rebounds. He's boxing out still. He has to do some work to get there. It's not just falling to his lap. He has to do some work before. But I've also seen him like fight for boards amongst 3 or 4, you know what I'm saying, forwards. And he's the only guard down there working. So some of those rebounds, people can say it's based on the scheme they're playing or whatever. But I've seen a bunch where he's earned and snatched those, bro. So Russell Westbrook, all shout out, man.
Say what you want. Russell took a lot of money out of these centers because I mean the fact that man he just coming around and boarding up, getting like he's getting 20. I remember when Nipsey Hussle died, he said he was gonna get 20-20-20. He got 20-20-20. Who the hell gets 20 points, 20 boards, and 20 assists in a game? That shit don't happen.
Video
game. You know how hard it is to get 20 assists in a fucking game, like in a game. 20 assists? Like that's nuts.
How many times Chris Paul had 20 assists?
It's gotta be a handful of times.
You know what I'm saying? Like not many. You know what I'm saying? Not many. That's crazy.
Even fucking John Stockton in his booty shorts couldn't get 20 assists consistently. I just want to think
John got 26 if I'm not mistaken, but he's not doing it consistently like Russ is doing.
Chris got 20 or so.
No, I'm saying as far as John Stockton had, I think he had 28, and I forget the dude's name. He played with with Orlando. He got 30
so in a game.
Just the fact that that you're but John wasn't getting it consistently like 20 like Russ is doing. Russ is up. He's flirting with 19 every night, and you gotta give him credit to when credit's due. But one thing that you definitely gotta give credit to is some bitch assness. And with that being said, I don't know if you guys heard about what happened with what's his name? Bazemore.
Kent Bazemore.
Nah, I didn't hear what happened.
So Kent Bazemore, I got you. Kent Bazemore took a shot at Bradley Beal, talking about we got dudes out here straining their hamstrings trying to keep up with Steph Curry or whatever for the scoring title. And Bradley Beal proceeded to be the St. Louis dude that he is and just go off on this thing on social media. But the thing about it is like Ken Bazemore, like, no, shut the fuck up. Like, you're no one. Like, nobody gives a shit about you. You look like Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks with your fucking fluffy ass cheeks, my guy. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, no one gives a shit about you. You're not going to actually be anything. Like, this nigga Bradley is going out there and scoring 30-something points a game, and you talking about, and you want to go over here and jerk off Steph Curry. It's like, no, shut the fuck up. Like, nobody gives a fuck about
you. Know what that is? Bro. That sounds like a hater who's going to hate. That's exactly what that sounds like.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what that sounds like.
You could have ended it to where, like, damn, Steph is killing it. He had 49 points in 29 minutes. Damn, that's amazing. That's it. And then you can't do literally while he's down because he can't play. He dropped 50 and messed up his hamstring and is coming back to the play today against the Hornets right now.
The question is Kent lying?
I mean, dude, he's...
I'm just asking. He's hating, yes, but is he a liar?
He may not be lying.
Okay.
At the same time, it's uncalled for.
I agree.
I fucked up my hammy. Let me go ahead and be the best that I can be. Meanwhile, I'm sitting up here, going toe-to-toe with Steph. And meanwhile, you're sitting there hurting. You're trying your best to get 19 points a game. You're trying, but you're failing because Steph is carrying you the whole entire time.
Correct.
Meanwhile, I'm actually over here trying to get in, and you
trying to carry my team.
He's been throwing shots since when he was with Atlanta and trying to undercut Beal and Wall. So I mean.
Hey,
what's going on with him? But I mean, it's a lot of haterade just being drinking over there.
Haterade, man.
I mean,
real quick on the basketball tip, the Big Three is having trials in DC on May 20th.
Are they?
Wow.
Yeah, you gotta have a 5-man squad though.
I definitely don't want any parts of that, but I know a couple of folk who hopefully they're listening. They could do something in that Big Three, man.
Listen, these are retired NBA players. I'm not going out there to get embarrassed. I ain't gonna have Steven Jackson dunking on my head.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
I'm doing that shit.
At all.
Gonna dunk on your ass and then say, "Yeah, come to all the smoke."
Right.
I'm a fan of the Big Three, though. I'm a fan of the Big Three. I think it's some entertaining stuff.
I enjoy it. I absolutely really do enjoy it. You know what I mean? Ice Cube, even though he crazy as shit, Ice Cube is struck gold with that.
I'm only laughing, right? Because I'm not sure if you guys saw. You guys heard of Triller? This is off topic. Triller? You heard of Triller yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
You know that fight, the Jake Paul fight, the concert they had before the Triller event? And personally, that's some of the most entertaining stuff I've seen in a very long time. The fight was less entertaining, but before the fight, that was entertaining stuff.
Hold on, let's dig a little deeper into Triller. You know what I mean? Because again, I'm a researcher for the regular Birds and Whiskey podcast, so I view a lot of shit. Yeah. So apparently, Triller is suing people who streamed the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight, right? And they're just like, listen, if you streamed it, we're going to give you a week or whatever to pay us back for it. Otherwise, we're going to sue you. And they're also suing a YouTuber for $50 million because he streamed it on his Twitch channel or some shit like that. And they're just like, yeah, well, we're going to take you directly to court. So
he's a hot boy, man.
Right, like that's
such a hot boy. I don't know why he did that.
And when you look at it, like people was up there willing to pay $50 to watch Jake Paul fight.
3 seconds of a fight too. It was a short fight too.
You know what? Whoever paid for it, you know, you got what you
like the Joker movie said, you get what you fucking deserve.
Exactly. Shout out Triller, man.
Yeah, I mean,
shout out Triller, guys.
Yeah, it's been an amazing episode, fellas. Episode 3. I had fun.
Yeah, I did, man. I was excited to be a part of this, guys. I really appreciate it, Herb.
So, Matt, we definitely got to bring you on next time. And guys, as always, up to it, down to it.
I'm out of alcohol.
Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucker, drink.
My glass is empty.
It's gone.